Hi, this is Rick Aguilar with Construction Technology Network, or CTN. I want to talk a little bit about the role of the architect in controlling construction cost, and then I'd like to just jump in to what CTN does when they do cost estimating for architectural firms. So most of the work that we've done in the past has been for architects, and architects are basically required in their design to stay within the construction budget. So historically, architects have not prepared cost estimates. They've basically hired cost estimating companies like ourselves to do the cost estimate. Or if they did cost estimating, they would use something like the architect's square foot cost book to come up with a cost estimate for the owner. Now, I don't want to step on anybody's toes, but I do want to share some insights. So feel free to disagree with me or not. But in the past, I've watched architects try to do their own cost estimating in-house. And that's great if you can produce a cost estimate that isn't from unit cost. In fact, architects doing the cost estimating for the owner isn't a real good idea because the owner is looking for a cost estimate that isn't biased. So what I mean by that is that usually an architect that is doing the drawings has stake in the game. In other words, they're doing the cost estimate, and if they and they can fudge the numbers because they're doing the design. Does that make sense? So the owner's looking for um, some cost estimating numbers that tell the truth about the estimate and that the numbers aren't misleading. So let me give you an example. A while back, I estimated a project for an owner. Actually, it was through an architectural firm, but the owner had a budget. And let me give you some background to this project. The the owner had already seen a design and was told that the design was going to cost X amount of dollars. So with that in mind, they hired an architectural firm who hired us to do the cost estimate. So based upon the owner's previous assumptions about how much this particular project was going to cost, we did the preliminary estimate. And guess what? We went ahead and cranked the numbers out, and it was over budget, and significantly over budget. We're talking maybe twice the amount of dollars. So it was interesting because the owner told the architect, I think your cost estimator isn't, or cost estimating company didn't do a very good job. Can you hire another cost estimating company to check his numbers? So they did, and the other cost estimating company came back. We all sat down and had a meeting, and they approved our cost estimate and said there were no real big dollar differences with what they came up with and what I came up with. So what happened? They had to, the project had to get completely redesigned, and the owner wasn't very happy, I'll tell you. So when we do cost estimating, we provide variance reports or from one design to another design so you can see what changed. And it's the architect's recommendations to the owner to adjust the project size or the quality of the design in order to get those adjustments back into the owner's budget. So the design now takes a more proactive role in assuring that the cost estimates match the owner's budget, and that's where we come in. So we produce a cost estimate that tries to have no bias, that really looks at it from a point of view that this is what it cost. And we stand by our estimates. We'll go over the estimate with you. We will look at the details. We'll look at the unit cost that has come up, or we will even drive deeper into the estimate and talk about the crews that we're using, the productivity that we're using, and that kind of detail. So CTN can provide that next tier of construction estimating insurance that the owner needs to see as you guys develop the construction phases for the project. So a little bit about CTN and the projects that we've done or that we've completed in the past. So CTN was founded around 1992. I think it's about 27 years. And we've been doing cost estimating for architectural firms and CPM scheduling. So here's a number of projects that we've completed in the past and kind of give you a flavor for what we've done. And this was a school project that we delivered schematic design, design development, construction documents. And between every one of those phases, we produced a variance report showing what changed. This was a Folsom Dam Bridge project that we estimated. In the very beginning, we helped with the estimate and worked with the Corps of Engineers to look over the contractor's schedule for the duration of the project. This was a project we did for the University of Stanislaus. It was a bookstore project. Sometimes general contractors call us up and they go, hey, we need some help doing some direct cost work, or, we just are overloaded with the amount of cost estimating that needs to get out of this office. So would you come and help us? So in the past, we've sent cost estimators out to general contractors' offices to help them with the cost estimate. In this case, we landed this bookstore project, and then the contractor said, would you develop the schedule, and then would you do the project management? And that's what we did. This was a large project for Sacramento. It's called the Capital East End project, and this was huge. It was a huge project to estimate. I think it took us a couple months, I think. This was a project that we worked on through Fluor, and they had a contract with FEMA. This was a 4-year contract doing cost estimating on catastrophes that happen within the United States. We've done a lot of projects with prisons, and the biggest project that we worked on was Delano 2, and this project had 9 general contractors working on it, and we developed PCOs, or proposed change orders, that came in, and we had to do cost comparison analysis reports on every one of those proposed change orders that actually turned in to change orders. This was another school we worked on, River Valley High, and I see this is not coming. Okay, good. So this project, we did a cost estimate on the schematics, design, construction documents. Another project that required us to do those variance reports between design phases. This was a project we did up in Medford, Oregon. It was a airport project, and we did the cost estimate on the preliminaries, schematics, 50%, 100% through the entire terminal project. And what you end up getting from CTN is a drill down kind of estimating. So we'll do the project by, let's say, by division, or we'll do it by work breakdown structure, and then we can take the total amount, we could drill down into that total amount to see what makes up that amount, all the way down to individual item records, crews, productivity. So why don't you do a screenshot of our contact information, and the next time you have a need for a cost estimating company, give CTN a call. We'll give you a price on doing your cost estimating, and you have a great day. Thanks.